Hello guys, welcome back in again. As mentioned, we were going to be doing a flight from Juliana back up to Fort Lauderdale. We're in the Airbus A321 from the FSLABS. We're in the beautiful Princess Juliana International Airport. And yeah, so we are going to be setting up for our VAT sim here. I'm just getting my VAT sim loaded up. Still got the Soca music playing in the background here. We're Spirit Wings 101, and we are again in the beautiful A321 by FSLABS. We'll be departing out of Juliana today. There was some information passed along to me by our technical crew. So we are going to be taking a look into this aircraft. And we do have some IAE engines on this aircraft here today when, as we depart out of Juliana. Beautiful aircraft again. It's a wonderful A321. We are flying with FSLABS again. We love the FSLABS systems. Most of these are non-functional, but on the outside here, again, wonderful aircraft. We are just doing a quick walk around, checking out the front of the aircraft. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to hop in to the cockpit and see what we got here today. So again, when you hop into the cockpit, your tablet is going to be off and it's going to be locked, so we're going to head into the tech log here to see what they're talking about. So we don't have any level 1 defects, but we do have 2 level 2 defects here. First one is that we have an extension seat belt replacement. We got a poor seat belt condition. And then we do have a head bolt installation at both main landing gear door actuators installed in the wrong direction. Level 2 add raise to rectify in the next available period. So that means that we do have to fly up to Fort Lauderdale to see if we can get that rectified. So today we are again in the aircraft, beautiful aircraft today. It looks good. So we're gonna go ahead and get our startup going. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oops, I think I muted the audio for this here. All right, so our nav lights are going on. Our emergency lights are on. Crew supply on. Ground control set to auto. Get the aircraft into its startup state right now. Select our ATSU. Rock our AOC menu. Gonna hit init. And we're gonna do our init data request. So we're gonna get our flight plan loaded up. Set to primary, and we're gonna go ahead and turn our aiders on. So we're gonna go ahead and align our IRSs. Select init. Init request has already been loaded in. So we're Spirit Wings 101. Bravo Echo Papa Sierra for our cell call. I'm gonna go ahead and connect to VATSIM at this time. So now that we have gotten our flight plan loaded in, we're going to go ahead and IRS in it. So we're going to align on the reference. IRS is going to be aligned. Going to get our wind request going. And then we're going to take a look at those main landing gear door bolts. So we're going to be flying up to Fort Lauderdale so that they could get this rectified. So currently the aircraft is still good, and we should be able to depart with the issue. It should not be any issue for us today. So we're gonna go ahead and select OFP data. All right, so we are departed at 15:02. All right, there we go. Send that OFP data. Check connections. Let's see if we got our fuel truck. Okay, so the fuel truck is on its way. We're gonna go ahead and select our init to be on. Turn on that init so we can hear what's going on. GSX. All right. So right now we currently, let's check our flight plan. We do have our flight plan loaded in here. We're just gonna go ahead and load that into our Navigraph charts so I can get my departure and everything going. You won't see what I'm doing on my end here, but you can always follow through. Let's check Navigraph here. Perfect, just to load it up. Okay, so issues in clicking that button. There we go. So we're gonna lock it to our aircraft position.
Please don't load the aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do this.
Oh, there we go. We do have an MD-11 here in Juliana. And it's parked over at the cargo apron. Alright, our wind data uplink is complete. Departure runway 10. Let's see what departure we're getting here today. We got the motor 2 to juice transition, so it's a climb out. So we're gonna do motor 2 and then we're headed over to juice. We're gonna insert that. Alright, so while we do that, we're gonna go ahead and go out and check this main landing gear door issue that they raised that level 2, that add level 2 for us. So we're gonna do our quick walk around. For some reason the GSX is not yet. Let's go ahead and ensure that that is done. Gotta ensure that that is done here. Let's go to connections. Hit services. Something that we need to request. So we're gonna request the GPU and they're gonna go ahead and come along and hook up our GPU for us. There they come. They sure that they get this plugged in so we can be on GPU, because if we don't do that, what's going to happen is when we attempt to depart, they're going to actually connect the GPU then without having to pull it out. All right, there we go. So that's in. So our GPU is now connected. So this is not going to cause any issues for us when it comes to our departure. Okay. All right, so we're taking a look. We're doing our walk around at this time. So we're going to start from the left-hand side, go around the aircraft, and come back to this particular spot. So we're checking out our probes here. Probes look good. They look free and clear. Doesn't look like anything is hiding in there. Our static ports, we're taking a look at that, and our angle of our AOA indicators right here. We're coming around here. We're taking a look at our escape slides. Coming over to our engine here, making sure that our engine is rotating smoothly. There's no damage to our engine inlet right there. Take a look at the side of the engine. We don't see any oil leaking or anything like that. We're looking at the wing right here, ensuring that all our static wicks are in place. So our outboard or our slats look good. There's no oil or hydraulic fluid being leaked. So we're looking at our trailing flaps. So we've already checked the leading edge. This is the trailing edge. So we're checking to ensure that all our static wicks are in position. They're not blown out or anything like that. We're checking our wheels. And again, we're doing all of this for this aircraft because all this is modeled as well. Brakes look like what we left it previously. Our rim looks good. Tires look perfect. We're going to take a look at the landing gear doors. Get under here. Oops, we're kind of gonna crouch here a little bit. Our hydraulic reservoir, take a look in here. We don't see anything to note. Alright, nothing apparent for us right now. Let's go ahead and get out of crouch, and we're gonna take a look at the fuselage. Still looks good. Dirty, but we are pretty good here. We're looking at the trailing edge of our elevators here. Checking out that our static wicks are still in place, and we're looking at our elevators here on the trailing edge. So leading edge looks good. Checking our APU exhaust here, looks good. Nothing is stuck in there. Same thing we're going to be doing for the other side here. Checking the leading edge and trailing edge. Everything looks good on our end here. Our pressure release, our outflow valve is opened because we're on the ground. We don't need any pressurization at this time. Alright, so got our vent flap here, which opens when you attempt to open this to allow pressure to equalize so that you don't get a blowback, because when these doors blow out, they will hit you and knock you the heck out. Alright, so checking the tires here again. Tires look good. We don't have any levels raised for the tires. Brakes looks to be in good condition. We're taking a look at the landing gear here. I don't see any leaks. No fluids leaking down here. And they did advise us that the landing gear doors, they do have some incorrect bolts. This is our fueling panel. You can actually get this online as well, so you can actually put this up on your tablet as a secondary EFD. We're taking a look at our engine here. Engine looks good. Engine inlet looks good. Blades. No visible blemishes or visible damage on the blades here. Fueling is taking place at this time. You can see the fuel going up as well. This happens on any GSX that you have. Should be able to see this. Sorry, I'm just getting by. Alright, so our leading edge looks good. Our sharklet looks good. Still look like we have everything that we need. Don't mind me, I'm just passing by. So we are just going to complete our walk around as we get over here. Since the door isn't open, so this vent flap is not going to open. It only opens when the door handle gets lifted out, so this releases the pressure inside. But seeing that we're on the ground, it shouldn't be any issue, and we have not yet departed or anything like that. So usually after landing, they have to be very careful when that comes. So this is the avionics inlet, so or outflow valve, sorry. So air that gets sucked in through the to cool the avionics gets blown out here, so it's going to be a little bit warm. We're checking our angle of attack vane right there, again on the FO side. And then we're taking a look at our pitot tubes here. There's more on the captain's side than on the first officer side. Our static port as well. Radome looks good, aircraft looks perfect. And our nose gear looks beautiful. Aircraft is in fine condition, and we're going to sign off on this that we are going to take this aircraft in. So everything looks good for our aircraft today, and we should have no issues with this aircraft, collecting this aircraft from the crew. Alright, so all this is good. We're just gonna, we're signing off that this is all set. We don't have any level 1 defects. Level 1 defects are gonna be the ones that you're gonna be looking out for a lot more than the level 2 defects. Alright, so we're gonna select 5,000 as our departure altitude. Select constraint on here. And right now we're just waiting for this aircraft to, we're just waiting for the fuel to complete. Go ahead and get rid of this so we can get access to the remainder of this down here that's not getting blocked off. Alright, we are departing from stand Alpha 4 here in Juliana. Weather looks good. We are using realistic turbulence, so we can see how the aircraft behaves with the realistic turbulence as well. Ideal. So in order for us to get our auto passenger load going, we go back to AOC menu, and we go back to the ATSU. Go over to AOC, select boarding, and here where we select request, we can select the time that we want to start boarding. Again, we're leaving at 15:02, so we're going to be boarding at 14, let's say 45. Let's put 14:46. We select add time, and then we hit request. What's going to happen is at around this time exact, boarding is going to be starting. It's going to request boarding for us, and then the passengers are going to start boarding. So this is equal to you landing and then letting the ground crew know exactly when you're going to be departing or boarding. All right, so my girlfriend is leaving for work right now. So we're waiting for fueling to complete. Looking at 28,000 pounds of fuel for today. I could use the NVIDIA DLSS, but I'm not going to do that because it causes ghosting on the displays here. Annoying as it is, but even if I did the DLSS swapper, still causes issues. So right now there's not much else required but to just sit and await our departure. Weather looks good here in Juliana, but it's still a little bit hazy out here. If we want, we can take a look at our departure plan. So, oh no, that's Fort Lauderdale, not our departure plan. Pop this in, take that, Juliana. We're on the motor to departure. So this is the motor to departure. We're climbing out here, making a right-hand turn to motor, and then we're heading over to juice to remain outside of the traffic area. The reference for Juliana, we do know that we have a pretty huge mountain, and it would be advised to make a left-hand turn, but even if anything happens, the right-hand turn is better as it takes you out over the ocean instead of going over the French Antilles. And you know, if anything happens, you don't want anything landing on any like anything over here. Trying to get the right word is always a bad thing, but so we're climbing out to Juice today. So this is our departure plan. So now we're going to Juice. We're climbing direct to Modar, cross Modar at or above 4,000, and then we're right turn direct to Juice. So this is basically our departure. So we have to cross Modar at or above 4,000, and then we're making a direct 309 degrees over to Juice. So we do have 5,000 selected here already. So 5,000 is our initial altitude, so we gotta try to get up to 5,000 on that climb. Alright, refueling is complete. So we got 28.8. What's in it here? And we're just gonna select this here. It's 28.1, but it's 28.08. It's 28.1. That's what's registered here, but that's what we have loaded in the tanks. So we just have to enter that to ensure that we have everything. Again, Our boarding has been requested. We still got about 26 more minutes before boarding is started. Our water is at 100% and our catering is at 100%. So we're all set with those. We ain't got to worry about catering or any food. So everyone is should be okay in terms of our food and water. And I will let you guys know that this does go down mid-flight. So as we're flying, we're gonna expect to see these go down, the water and the catering. So during cruise, the catering will go down, and all through the flight, the water is gonna go down. So we should land in Fort Lauderdale with at least 80% or 70 something percent. If it goes down, that means that a lot of persons are using the toilet. I'm not sure if the food is to blame, but we'll keep a lookout for that. we've still got a few moments before we are able to depart here. We can still request earlier and get out of the airport a lot earlier, but we're just giving the aircraft some time. Let's go ahead and change this over to 31. Let's do 1430. Put it at 1430, and they're going to start the board-in shortly. Or the board-in shortly. So as 1430 hits, boarding is going to be requested. Get back over to here, the connections tab.
Boarding requested.
There we go, boarding is requested. Fuel is complete. We're just going to let them know how much fuel we got here. We got 28,080, what is listed, and we hit send. So this is going to be sent over to our dispatch. Crew boarding is started, so our crew is now boarding the aircraft. See our crew boarding the aircraft on the through the jet bridge. We got a company message here, so it will tell us what we're getting. There we go, our load sheet. We're expected to have 214 passengers on board today. Portable water, we're at 100%. We got all our stuff in the pantry, and 763 is our license for this flight. So we're going to reply, and we're going to accept the message.
Your crew has boarded. Passengers boarding started.
Take a look at our flight briefing here. Flight number 340 is our step. And our min takeoff fuel 27,830. That's pretty low actually. That's real close. So once we push back, we gotta get out as soon as possible. Alright, so we don't have Juliana there because we took that out when we had the Mode R2 departure. We're expecting the Ola's 3 arrival for runway 28 left. 28 left is going to be on that side. 28 left means that we are going to be landing with a huge downward, or it's going to be a negative landing for the runway, or negative incline for that runway. Usually I have this enabled, but it's okay. You can leave this disabled. Set our TCAS to auto. Juliana Tower 118.7. Let's go ahead and select that right now. Juliana Tower to hear anyone who's coming in. Hope everyone who is joining is having an awesome day today, wherever you are in the world. Hoping that the weather is as beautiful as it is over here, and your day is as spirited as we are going to be today, leaving out of Juliana. So our departure is going to be out of Juliana with our 2 departure over to Juice. Going to be climbing up the flight number 340, and then it's going to be about 3-hour flight. 3.5 hours up to Fort Lauderdale today, where we will be landing runway 28 left, which means that we have a negative incline, which means that we're going to be landing downhill. There is a pretty much downhill once we touch down, so we're going to need to be pretty good on our touchdown today. Most likely we are going to be using max reverse with the low auto brake for the landing. Because of the amount of fuel on board, plus our minimum takeoff fuel, we're going to look to get out of Juliana as quickly as possible. As soon as we get startup clearance, we're going to be taxiing out to the runway as quickly as possible and try to get out. Our boarding is commencing right now. So right now the passengers boarding has started. Alright, so we had to have 214 passengers, but it looks like 208 has shown up for the boarding today. We will see. I've got to check my controls here because most times my control column does not operate. I need to disconnect and reconnect it in order for it to register. Like we got we have another guy online. He's gonna be an MD-11. He looks like he just landed actually from Newark to Juliana. Should be parked at the gates over there. There's that MD-11 Lufthansa. Once we hit 180 passengers, we'll go ahead and switch on our AP. Oh, we're getting there pretty quickly. Baggage loading is complete. At 130 passengers. At 180, we'll go ahead and switch on our APU to start up our APU. By the time they all board, our APU should be started. And then we can go ahead and turn on our beacon lights, which will automatically get GSX going to start our departure procedure or departure request. Once our APU is started and we have our APU bleeds on, we'll disconnect our air conditioning unit. GPU is disconnected once GSX starts their preparations for pushback. Chocks are removed automatically as well, so we don't have to touch anything or do anything. Look back at our weather for our departure today. Weather at Juliana today is wind 080 at 12 knots. Got pretty good visibility. VFR conditions, we got clouds at 1,800, which is scattered. Our temperature is 28 and our QNH is 1060. No significant weather in the area. So our clouds top off at the ceiling, 12,000 feet HDL. Got about 79, almost 80% humidity here. Fort Lauderdale is in IFR condition. We're at 180 passengers. We're going to go ahead and switch on our APU. APU master switch on. We should have done our APU test. APU fire test is complete. We're going to get our fuel pumps to on. And we're going to run our APU start switch to on. In order for you to hear what's going on in the cabin, you can switch on cabin MPA. I use my mouse to look around. I don't have any head tracking or anything like that, or eye tracking. Cannot afford it right now. You guys will hear some trucks passing by. They will blow their horns. We're currently building our new airport in Dominica. APU is available. I'm going to go ahead and switch on our APU bleed. There we go. We're going to switch on our beacon lights now to let them know that we're ready to go. Prepare for pushback and departure. We're all ready to go. I think now they should be coming to get the ground power unit. Looks like they're not. Go dismiss that GPU. Move the PCA. Our mass and balance is complete. Go ahead and select this button right here. Left soft, right soft.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Alright, we're going to do our takeoff performance calculations right now. Let's go ahead and calculate this. Flaps 3, flex 36.
Departure checks completed.
Go to performance right here, and we're going to uplink the takeoff data. There goes our GPU right now. GPU seems to be still connected. Alright, so there's our final boarding numbers. 208
Locking
plus 0. Gonna accept that. We gotta come up on this page because their pushback is gonna ask us where we want to go. You can see our nose lifting right now. They're lifting the aircraft. Our nose is gonna require to be left. Get rid of the chocks. They're supposed
Release
to be
parking
left.
brakes, please.
Brakes are
Commencing
released.
push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Please honor your doors for departure, thank you.
Juliana traffic, Spirit Wings 101. We're pushing back 8 Alpha 4. Juliana. Alright, engine 2 started. Turn us a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning and a very warm welcome to your flight today. My name is Norman. It's my pleasure to introduce the rest of the crew today. Working with the front, we have Tim. In the center, very shortly is Carl, and at the rear, we have John. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for your comfort, but primarily for your safety. With that in mind, please, we do ask for the 2 minutes of your time whilst we take you through the safety procedures of this aircraft. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit routes, oxygen
wait for that
masks,
clip.
life jackets, and a brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit.
There's that clip.
Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen.
Waiting for that
Put
second
the
clip.
mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from
Please
under
set
your
parking
seat.
brakes.
Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist.
Unlocking gear.
Click together. And
For
pull
some
the
reason they
strap
didn't
to
push me
adjust.
back correctly, but
Do
we're going to
not
be making a
inflate
left
it
turn here.
inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the
Nose
top.
going down.
If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the
Waiting for
tube. There is a light
engine 1 to
and
be
whistle
available.
for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened.
Alright,
We wish you a pleasant flight.
Start is completed. APU is going off. Select number 3. Arm spoilers, and we're down 0.5.
Tow track disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Down 0.5 set further trims.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Pedal disconnect. Where is she? She's gonna be to our left. Hopefully she remembers that we're going to the left. There she goes. Hello. Yeah, we're ready to go. Ready for taxi. Alright, APU is disconnected, or APU is offline now. Juliana traffic, Spirit Wings 101, we're taxiing to runway 10 via Alpha. Alright, so let's go. Brakes are off. Aircraft is starting to roll forward, and then we're just gonna give it a little bit of juice, and let's go. Left. Make that turnaround happen pretty quickly. And we're taxiing out right now. Predictive wind shear is off. We're going to go ahead and switch that on. Superhead taxi lights are on. Few things that we need to disable here in our controls. Landing gear, wheel steering, nose wheel steering axis. Scan that. Save them back. Set our steering can be linked to our rudder controls, which is very annoying on the okay, we gotta stop here. Let the sim settle down. Again, that's one of the things that I am annoyed by with this sim. Certain things, when you make the adjustments, they kind of get stuffed up. You notice my sim has started to slow down a lot. So let's try to get going. You notice our performance just dropped. That's not necessarily because the sim is not able to run. I think it's because when I make the adjustment to my DLSS, the DLSS swapping, it actually did that. Since after that, I have been having these types of issues, so I'm gonna have that swapped out. I just paused the sim and it's stuck. So again, DLSS is good, depends on what you're doing. Talk about messing up the entire sim by just making one. And if you notice, I didn't change anything except for just the controls. This has frozen my sim completely. One of the most annoying things. There goes my sim literally went down. Right now my sim is on. And the DLSS swapper, I'm gonna have to revert that back to the normal because it looks like my sim is just not, or it's just not handling the system properly. Let's go back to DLSS swapper here. So yeah, so right now my sim is pretty much crashed because I made just one adjustment. My frame generation is what I changed. So looks like we've disconnected here right now, and then switch to the default preset. Check the history. Let's restore it. So we're gonna have to close the sim and then reload. Yeah, we're going back to our regular DLSS because again, this just crashed our entire sim. Okay, well, using DLSS swapper just crashed our entire sim. Well, not DLSS swapper, but the DLSS that I was using right now, I can't even open anything. For some reason, there's something blocking my click. Let's go to Xbox to launch Flight Sim 2024. So we're gonna relaunch Flight Sim 2024. Mainly because again, I did the DLSS swapper, and ever since I did that, my performance has just went down the drain. So we're gonna reload and try to get the aircraft up and out of Juliana as soon as possible. For some reasons, my DLSS swap just pissed the entire computer off. So again, my PC definitely does not like the updated DLSS files. I went back to default because for some reason using DLSS swapper to update the files just does not work. Ever since I did it, every time I make an adjustment to my system settings, it completely breaks it. It's not like my system is not able to handle it. I'm running a pretty high-end system, but it just does not like the DLSS, or there's something that I need to do extra. But I always found it weird that all of a sudden my system would just start going kaput. So we're gonna reload, hop back into the A321, and attempt to taxi out again. sim is loading up the new files, so the DLL files will be are being updated at this time, so it should take a few minutes to get going. There we go. There we go. Back down to Juliana. A lot of the things that I did previously is not going to be done again. We're just going to load in.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
Different things I have to reload. Right now, like I have to reload my V-Pilot. Here we go, load it back in. Wait for the aircraft to load up, and the aircraft has been loaded. Alright, so this is exactly what happens when you load in. Aircraft is being loaded up. Check our tech log, make sure everything is the same. Has not yet changed, has not yet changed. Everything is back to the way it was previously. The only thing that's gonna have to redo here is our fuel and so on. For FP data, we're not even getting most of this. Try to load back up. Let's see, we're on. GPU is online. Time 15:02. Let's do 15:30. Select that here. Send that out. Let's reconnect our. Alright, we'll resume. Refueling is coming.
Please don't load the aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to
Do our wind. Alright, yo guys, so just to give you a little bit of context as to why we restarted here. I swapped my DLSS file into the DLSS swapper, and ever since I've done that, I've noticed a little bit of performance degradation in the sim, but I ignored it for a little bit because, I mean, shouldn't be any big issues. However, it looks like that really did it, or it was causing a lot of issues. And that just keeps crashing my sim, or certain things that I would do that would be normal for the sim, that the sim is able to handle. It just did not want to handle it like that. So let's do 28.1. Put that in there. That's exactly what we're going to be getting today. And for you guys to see again for the boarding requests, we can go over here into boarding, and then we hit request. This will automatically start boarding. So let's do 15:10 for boarding. Hit request, and GSX will automatically go ahead and request that boarding. Request GPU because I believe you should not have a GPU connected right now. Everything remains the same. Our briefing remains the same. 5,000-ish though. Constraint is selected. Wind data uplink is cleared. Flight plan, we're gonna hit TNCM here. Departure runway 10, we mode R2 to juice. Insert that and we're all set. So all we're waiting on is just the fuel loading to commence, and then we should get our passenger boarding started at 10. passengers are boarding. So passengers are going to be boarded. However, due to the fact that we are boarding while refueling, we will have our seatbelt signs to off. So seatbelt signs are off as we are fueling up. Supposed to depart again. We just had a crash due to the DLSS issues. Gonna wait on Island's ISP to produce a video that shows exactly how to do it. But whenever I do it, I tend to stuff it up. When I do it on Flight Sim 2020 as well, the same thing happens. My sim starts performing very badly.
Crew boarding started.
And it's not like my PC cannot handle the DLSS, but one of the most annoying things ever. But today Juliana is pretty okay. You guys have any ideas as to why that happens, or the full procedure in order to get the DLSS swap to work? You guys can always drop it down in the comments, so at least I can at least do something about it. While I would love to test it, again, I still do get ghosting when I select DLSS Super Resolution. I still get ghosting. A lot of things don't change, or I don't see any change as a matter of fact for that. Waiting for 28,100 pounds of fuel to be loaded, and we're boarding at the same time. Just to let you guys know, whenever you're boarding while refueling, your seatbelt signs need to remain off. So if anything happens while boarding is commencing, you guys are able to evacuate the aircraft without having anyone sit down with their seatbelts on. About 8,000 kilos, 8,000 pounds remaining. Gonna perform my APU fire test because our APU first is gonna be online. Check. Engine 1 fire test. Engine 2 fire test. Cargo smoke test. Activate again. Check.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle
Of
clear.
course, send out our
enabling
fuel
all remaining
information
customers
to
board.
our dispatcher.
As we are currently refueling, please ensure that your seatbelt remains unfastened until the seatbelt sign is turned on. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
We have an aircraft here in Juliana going down to La Roma, a 737-8. We are currently at 4,012 hours in VATSIM, well, on VATSIM online flight, which adds to our very large amount of flight hours. Fuel loading is almost complete. We're still got like about 4,000 pounds to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. As we are currently refueling, please ensure that your seatbelt remains unfastened until the seatbelt sign is turned on. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Again, as mentioned previously, we are going to be turning on our APU at 180 passengers once we got 180 passengers seated. Again, this service flight is going to be in the A321 by FSLABS. It's going to be a 3.5-hour flight from Juliana over to Fort Lauderdale. We're expecting runway 28 left for arrival, which means that we're going to be having a negative down slope. It means that our landing has to be performed with precision. Upon touchdown, we will be using auto brake 1 and max reverse so that we can stop in time. 180 passengers have been boarded. I'm going to go ahead and engage our APU. Fuel pumps are going on right now. APU has started. Fueling has been complete, so it is 28,100. I'm gonna send this out to our dispatch, let our dispatch know exactly the amount of food that we got from our guys here. Seatbelt signs are going on. Nine minutes for our departure. APU is available right now. We're going to go ahead and disconnect our external power. Going to turn on our APU bleed right now. So our bleed lights are on. Our bleed ear is on. Going to turn on our TCAS right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free, and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to move. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure.
Alright, looks like boarding
This
is completed.
a no smoking system. Thank you for observing this policy.
I'm going to ask for our GPU services to be called out. Check-in boarding is completed. Check our mass and balance. Is that all our passengers? It's not yet boarded. Are they gonna take 5 years just to... Bro, this dude is taking forever to load our cargo. Again, Juliana has beautiful weather. We're still waiting for our baggage loading to complete. Our no smoking signs is switched to on. It was to auto, we switched to on. About 5 minutes for baggage loading to complete before we should be ready to go. We got us at 37 on ground. The data is still loaded. There we go. So push back over here. We're going to be taxiing to runway 10 via Alpha.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free, and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Go back to init here so that we can select our weight. So our boarding should be completed in just a sec here. Let's go to connection and see what we got. 11:28. Wow, they're cut very close with those small bags. We're just waiting for baggage to be loaded. This takes so, I mean, even if we did it at a quicker time, and we did passenger boarding while the fuel was being loaded, because of the risks involved, baggage loading completed after the fuel load or the fuel truck left. So we are going to be behind time. Yeah, because we're supposed to be leaving at 15:30 and they have not yet completed. So while we are in cruise, I am going to be doing a couple of math questions or math equations here. These are going to be practice math that we are going to be seeing in our CSEC math for tomorrow. My test is going to be at around 1 o'clock. So I got to practice this as much as I possibly can. So we're behind time. Yeah, they're late. Okay, there we go. We've completed. Beacon lights are on.
Thank you. Boarding is complete.
back and departure. Let's do our takeoff performance here. Let's calculate. I know we're gonna get at least flaps 3. Flaps 3, 5 down, flex 56. Check.
Hello, Captain.
Gonna go over to performance. Uplink our takeoff data. Takeoff data uplink. So we confirm flaps 3, down 0.5, flex temp 36. Alright. Switch to ignition and start. Beacon lights are on. Seatbelt signs are on. And we are ready to go.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
We'll answer the company message once. Oh, we can do that right here. Receive messages. Hello, Chief. Gonna accept that.
Booking gear.
Oh, there we go. No. That GPU is not supposed to be there. We disconnected GPU already. Get our chocks off. Hopefully they're doing what they're supposed to. GPU is disconnected. Check our services here. Continue to push back, please.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing
Sir.
push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Yes, sir. Juliana traffic. Spirit Wings 101. We're pushing back Gate Alpha 4. Okay, this is annoying.
Emperor, please on your doors for departure, thank you.
Okay, that is scary as all living heck. But we're pushing back now. We don't have a co-pilot. That's
Boys and
6%.
girls, good morning and a very warm welcome to your flight today.
Norman is with us today.
It's my pleasure to introduce the rest of the crew today. Working with the front, we have Tim. In the center, very shortly is Carl. And up the rear, we have John. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for your comfort, but primarily for your safety. With that in mind, please, we do ask...
Alright, so our departure today is a Mode R2 departure. We're climbing up to 4,000. You have to be at Mode R at or above 4,000. If you cannot make that, you will have to inform ATC that you're not able to make
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety
4,000.
procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat
But
pocket.
we're climbing up to
showing the exit
5,000.
routes, oxygen
Right-hand
masks,
departure,
life
and then
jackets,
after
brace
Mode R, we
positions you
direct
must
to
adopt if you hear
It's going to be
brace,
an
brace.
our autopilot is
Two
going to be engaged
emergency
after we
exits at
make
the
our
rear,
right-hand turn
four
to
in the
get
middle,
onto
and two
direct
at the front
motor.
of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to
Engine
start the
1
oxygen.
started.
Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle
Brakes
for
are set.
attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight.
Unlocking gear.
Engine 1 is available. Flaps at 3. Spoilers are armed. And down 0.5.
Tow track disconnected. Bypass bin removed.
There we go. Trims
Left
set.
is clear, right is clear.
Auto brakes to max. Reset rudder trim. We're going to be taking off with below our mid takeoff fuel. Here he is. Get her, brother. APU is going off at this time. Let him walk off because we gotta tap push out and then turn. Alright, so our climb to cruise is gonna be flight number 340. Looks like he's out right now. Brakes are off and we're gonna roll forward. Gotta make that hard turn to the left there. Hate this type of turn. Off on the steering, and we're gonna go roll straight through. Juliana traffic, Spirit Wings 101, we're taxiing to runway 10 via Alpha. Juliana. Alright, kilo test. Normal. Just a little bit to the right of the center line there. Too much of a turn, too much of a turn. Come on, hold that. Back, back. My turning is very sensitive on my rudder, something that I cannot adjust. And the strobe lights are on.
Cabin crew seats for departure, please.
traffic. Spirit Wings 101, we're lining up runway 10. We don't have any traffic on arrival, so we're good. Waiting for them to call us up. There we go. Cabin has called.
Hello, it's Nolan. That's the cabin secure for takeoff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, there we go. Alright, let's do a full turn. Traffic. Spirit Wings 101 on departing runway 10 via the Modar 2 departure. Choose transition. Climbing 4000. Right, we're all ready to go. Set to go. Cabin engine check. Ready. Take off. Man, flex, SRS, no runway, flex 36, auto thrust check. Track center line as much as possible.
Lead one.
Check. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear going up. Flex in for a little bit longer. Climb thrust. Let's pitch our nose down. Alright, we're gonna go. Autopilot to go on. Captain autopilot mode. We're switching off our taxi. We're disarm our spoilers. Flaps going up. Flaps 2. Alright, so we're gonna climb 340. Traffic. Spirit Wings 101, where airborne passing 2,600. Direct motor, climbing 5,000. Check. We are hearing some clicks there. We're on open climb. Push. Managed climb. For climb, flaps up. We have turbulence set to realistic, so we are climbing out. Asymmetric lever. And we are airborne with little to no issues. Pitch to 20-mile range. standard, full, set, check. Juliana traffic, Spirit Wings 101, we're climbing to flight level 340. Switch over to Unicom. Juliana traffic, Spirit Wings 101, parting Juliana, crossing motor, now 6,000, climbing flight level 340. Alright, so we are headed over to Juice. Spirit Wings 101, we're direct Juice, climbing through 9,000 on flight level 090 for flight level 340. Experiencing some turbulence as we turn out here to Juice. We're at 10,000. Landing lights go off. Keep the seatbelt signs on while we climb up because we want to ensure that our passengers are safe. Seatbelt clouds are showing up.
Keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from a selection of fresh food available today. All details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Alright, yo. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me on the departure today. We will be reconnecting once we are on the approach into or entering Miami's airspace. Our climb out is going smoothly, so right now I'm going to go ahead and practice a couple of math problems just to ensure that we are on our P's and Q's for tomorrow. Some turbulence there. And once we start entering Miami, you guys will get an update in the form of another video or another live. There's nothing that I can talk about for the next 3 hours. So hope to see you guys in a little bit. Thank you guys so much for joining me again on this short departure and short